Hey guys, Tatsuko28 here, back on with another Death Battle video for you guys. Today we have one I've been waiting almost 2 years for. We have two of the most iconic cartoon villains facing off against each other. We have Wile E. Coyote from Looney Tunes facing off against Tomcat from Tom and Jerry. Now, I remember this one was first announced back in late 2023 after I think maybe the Courage vs. Scooby-Doo video, or one after that at most. But at some point, the Rooster Teeth, the studio behind Death Battle, ended up getting shut down. So the Tom and Jerry vs. Looney Tunes one ended up getting canceled for quite some time. But the channel managed to bounce back earlier this year, and I'm grateful for that. I think they work independently now. I don't really know the full story behind it, but I'm really happy to finally see they're releasing this one after almost 2 years. Now, in case you guys don't know who Wile E. Coyote or Tomcat is, basically Wile E. Coyote, he's the main villain from the Looney Tunes Roadrunner cartoons, where he constantly tries to go after the titular Roadrunner with traps he buys from Acme, which always end up backfiring on him. It's pretty funny. I think any cartoon fan would kind of recognize that formula behind that. In fact, since the traps always backfire on him, they're finally going to release a movie where Wile E. Coyote sues Acme and stuff because of that. Now, that movie's been on the shelf for a couple years now, and people have been trying to get released and stuff. But I think they might finally do it, because I think the studio that was behind the newly released Looney Tunes movie, The Day the Earth Blew Up, which is one I have to check out. They're finally going to release the movie next year, I think. And I kind of hope they do the same with the other Looney Tunes movies that got canceled. Bye Bye Bunny, which is one I've been looking forward to for the past couple years. Basically, that one, Bugs Bunny retires. He finds out that Daffy Ducky's been kidnapped by a crazy fan of his, so he and all his friends have to go and rescue him, and he has to rekindle his love of entertainment. That sounds like a series finale Looney Tunes movie, and that one sounds really, really good. I really want to see that one. So I'm hoping that one gets picked up by the same studio too. Now, Tomcat, he's the main villain of the Tom and Jerry cartoons. Basically, it follows a similar formula. He goes after a mouse named Jerry. He sets up traps that always backfire on him. But I think these ones mainly backfire because Jerry outsmarts him. Like, it's a similar formula, but it's still kind of different. So I think that's why they kind of paired these two up in Death Battle today. Mainly because these villains follow a similar formula, but they're still kind of different at the same time. Now, I've been waiting almost 2 years for it. I can't wait to jump right into it. But before I do that, I want to let you guys know I skipped ahead the majority of the video that does the character breakdown. And I'm skipping ahead right to the main event as usual, because I know the characters well. I don't think I need a character breakdown. I think I'd rather just be surprised at what they do during the main battle. I haven't gotten any complaints about the way I've been doing it so far for Death Battle videos, so I'm going to keep doing it this way. So, unless you guys want me to watch the full video in the future, comment down below. Anyway, I've been waiting almost 2 years for this Death Battle, so let's jump right in and see what has to offer us today. And click.
Alright, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities. It's time for a death battle!
It's starting with the Tom and Jerry house being carried through the desert. It started with the Looney Tunes style, Roadrunner style intro. And there's Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner. Oh, I thought it was going to say the in me power thing that became like a meme. Fight. Oh, Jerry escapes with the Roadrunner. Oh look, I saw the imposter and the falls guy on the shelf. That was another video they released a few months ago.
Come on, you apes! You want to live forever!
Did Tom actually say that at some point? Potion. Fat lady. Oh, they were still inside the house? I thought they were out in the desert. Acme. Oh, it's gonna fall on him. Yeah. Oh. Huh. There he goes. Well, 8 of his lives. High-speed tonic. The tunnel gag. Oh. He fell for it twice. Finally used that to his advantage. Before it got disadvantaged. DNA dissolver. Ooh. Uh-oh. Oh, they seem fine. Oh, is this the house? I think the house is coming down. And he held up the tiny umbrella. Oh. And there goes his 9th life. Huh, what are you doing? The umbrella finally worked.
Coyote, super genius.
Oh, thank God one of them actually died this time. I mean,
Yeah.
No! Animal cruelty, no!
I mean, they're iconic cartoon villains,
I'm
so
not
I
surprised.
think it's
While both
fine.
Cat and Coyote were incredibly powerful. They weren't literal gods who could snap their problems away. They had limitations and weaknesses that could be exploited, especially by each other. Let's first talk their stats.
Both were strong enough to contend with universe-threatening phenomena, but comparing Wile E to Plucky Duck, Looney Tunes can not only destroy their own universe, but their animators as well.
And while Tom could move faster than light, Wile E could keep up with the Roadrunner, who could outspeed a car fast enough to travel through time. That's immeasurably fast, and much faster than Tom. Wile E gets the edge in stats.
Wile E's arsenal was a bit better too, believe it or not. Even eliminating the devices that have been shown to malfunction, he still countered everything Tom had.
The biggest
True.
being the Looney DNA Dissolver, which could render Tom's cartoony healing factor moot and end the fight.
Oh, is that what it was? I thought it was gonna like,
Specifically, the concept
I thought it was
of
like gonna
has
like
nothing
turn
to
him
do
into
with
like a pile of
actual
ash or
DNA
something, like
molecules.
Looney Tunes
dissolve
have been
or whatever.
erased completely and still returned, so it's clearly something more fundamental to their essence.
And since the dissolver works on any tunes, not just the Looney ones, it should apply to Tom. But considering how much of a screw-up Wile E is, it wasn't a sure bet. Hell, it could have backfired, especially considering how much more competent Tom is.
When it came to intelligence, Wile E's engineering and scheming genius were often defeated by his own ego and stubbornness. Tom,
Actually, they were mostly defeated by the Acme trash backfiring.
pragmatic and victorious in his fights. He definitely gets the edge there.
Oh, and Tom has one other big advantage. He doesn't have God nerfing him.
And that's the big question. Was Tom capable enough to benefit from Wile E's narrative-enforced bad luck and see the DNA dissolver backfire against him?
That bad luck is a core part of Wile E's character as a cartoon. So let's call it his, toonliness.
To find the answer, we dug deep through the bowels of Looney Tunes lore and ended up in an unexpected place. Space Jam.
Where Wile E yet again fails against the Roadrunner, but against the villains of the movie, the Monstars, he actually scores.
And
Yeah,
so
that's
they
true.
got in the sequel, more than anyone else. But according to Chuck Jones's rules, that shouldn't happen. right?
Throughout his entire history, Wile E's cosmically ordained failures only occur when he's specifically chasing the Roadrunner. Or
Yeah, that's
other
true.
tunes the plot bends around like bugs, because that's what Chuck Jones's rules were written for. Coyote and Roadrunner cartoons.
And even then, looking closely, they've been broken a few times throughout the decades, even during Chuck Jones's tenure.
Without the universe nerfing him, there's no reason to think Wile E couldn't eventually land a hit with the Looney DNA Dissolver.
Especially when the only reason it failed was because of the Roadrunner's intervention, a direct violation of Chuck Jones's limitations on the Coyote.
And especially when it's the only thing that either one had that could kill the other.
Despite lacking Wile E's narrative impediments, and despite having a better track record overall, Tom ultimately had no surefire way to kill Wile E, whereas Wile E's superior strength, speed, and looting arsenal ensured his victory.
Wile E gave one hell of a chase and left Tom Jones in for a rematch.
The winner is Wile E Coyote.
Next time on Death Battle.
Okay, who we got now? Spider-Man? Okay, we have Spider-Man fighting against...
Subscribe and
Thank you.
join as a member to see more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
Okay, that was a pretty good death battle. I was not disappointed by the way it was put together. That next one, though, I don't really know if I'll check it out. I don't really know anime characters all that well. I know half of it was Spider-Man, but the other guy, not so much. But yeah, that was a pretty good death battle. After waiting 2 years, I'm not disappointed by it. I love the way it started. It showed the Tom and Jerry house being transported across the desert, because I can't actually see that happening in like one of the cartoons and stuff. It's being carried through the desert, and that's usually where the Roadrunner cartoons take place, and that's kind of how they ended up meeting up and stuff. It's just wrong place at the wrong time, you know? Yeah, I like the way the animation was put together too, like the art style. It was kind of going with the classic cartoon feel, like not going complete rubber hose animation, but maybe classic Chuck Jones style animation, you know? Like that classic cartoon feel. Yeah, I like how they used like a majority of the like advantages against each other. Wile E. Coyote, he used the classic tunnel gag and stuff. Tom managed to go through it, and Wile E ended up falling for it twice, believe it or not, but he managed to use he painted a truck in there to go after Tom, and that's something he's never actually done before in a cartoon. Usually when the truck goes out of the tunnel, it just comes out randomly, like it was a tunnel that was already there to begin with. But yeah, I like the detail where one of the hits kind of cost Tom 8 of his lives. He ended up pulling one of them back to finish off the fight. But yeah, I like how at the end, the classic umbrella gag, they always kind of open it up as like a last resort to stop a huge falling object from hanging, but it never works. But I like how it actually ended up working this time. I think that was pretty funny. I like how that's the only reason Wile E ended up winning the battle at the end. Wile E. Coyote still kind of relied on the Acme stuff, and that's still kind of backfiring on him. Except for, I guess, the DNA Dissolver, which I guess was in that one Tiny Toon Luniversity show, which I never really watched. Judging from the animation style, but yeah, I was expecting that one to, like, well, I guess dissolve the cartoon character in a way, like, you know, kind of like how the Dip was in the Roger Rabbit movie. I guess I'm kind of glad it wasn't that. That was a little too dark, but I guess I was expecting it to turn them into like a pile of ash or puddles or something, you know, because they are Looney Tunes cartoon characters, you know. But I guess I didn't really expect them to just dissolve all the cartoonness out of their bodies and stuff. I guess that if it went my way, the battle would have ended in a draw, and that would have been okay for me, because they both always kind of lose in the end of their cartoons anyway, so it's kind of would have been a funny way to end it, you know. But yeah, that was a pretty good death battle, guys. I'm not disappointed after waiting almost 2 years for it. Anyway, that does it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I hope you like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Later.